Welcome again to this afternoon's ceremony. Um, it's I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce Chairman for this evening's function, Mr. Hariram Ramdeen of the Pensions Division of the Ministry of Finance. Um, I'm now handing over to Mr. Ramdeen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Pranam Gurudev. And let me say a most special welcome to each one of you on behalf of Mr. Dheeraj Sinarayan. I wonder if I have that name correct. Dheeraj or Dheeraj? Well, I think it's somewhere in registering a birth they made a mistake. I might be Dheeraj. Because according to what Panditji just said, to be at 90, it would have taken a lot of courage and tribulations. Never mind. As we go along, we'll hear a lot more about you. So, a student of the Woodland Hindu School, someone who has held senior management positions before, yeah, 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 who had held senior positions before becoming the founder of Boss Securities, one who has served as a member of the Integrity Commission in 1993, sat on as an independent senator in 2007, and a former chairman of the Trinidad and Tobago Stock Exchange, and currently serving as a director in that same department. So this evening, as your MC, right, I introduce to you once again a gentleman in the name of Mr. Subhas Ramkilawan.
Again, Sitaram to all. And we begin the second session of this evening. First, let me thank Pandit Atma for those 4 words. No, I know the 4 words. The 4 jewels that will always remain with luster. And as you see, he is a man, a literary man, because I remembered also, apart from those 4 jewels, his phrase, blanket of melancholy, those who can remove from you and share with you at times the blanket of melancholy. I'm not sure everybody remembered those words that he chose. He is a man of strong literary conviction, let me say. And he was a teacher at Naparima, was it? Huh? A student of Naparima, and he was a teacher of literature. Am I correct now? Right. So thank you very much, and thank you to your group, Pandit Atma, revered Pandits, all dignitaries, which you all are here today. I say again that we are here to celebrate the life thus far and the times of Dheeraj Sinarayan. But I'm not going to use the word Dheeraj Sinarayan again because I'm very unaccustomed to calling him that. I call him Sir, and he can attest to that. Whenever I meet him, whenever he decides that he's going to call me on the phone, I respond to him as Sir, and I shall continue to do that. And that is because he was one of my teachers. Not every one of us know the story of this fine gentleman. Born in the Southland, in Debe, I believe it was, in 1929, 90 years ago. And he would have lived in Debe, and he would have lived in St. James for some period of time. And there were many milestones along the way that we can celebrate with him. It is reputed, and I might have to retract those words, that he was the first person to sing an Indian song on what was then rediffusion. When he was 8 or 9 years old, am I correct? Older than that, right? Okay. 14 years, 1944. Right. So you see, I stand corrected at every point in time. But I was just testing the audience, just in case anybody believed that I didn't know it, right? And the lady who took him to sing at Radio Fusion, well, you still, Miss Chocolingo, the wife of Pat Chocolingo, her sister of Pat Chocolingo. Right. So you see, I stand corrected again. And so we will move on to speak to other things about him. What we know is that in 1957 or thereabouts, 1957, he started teaching. Right? You got your teaching certificate in 1957. Thank you all very much. We're here to have some fun, and it is clear that I have lost control of all the proceedings for this evening. So I start on that basis. We can roll back the time, but we have been afforded, thankfully to Panditji, another 15 minutes where we can unroll the function. May I ask if the Honorable Mayor of San Fernando, Deputy Mayor, is here? Okay. Your Worship, Deputy Mayor Vidya Mangal Bisesa, may I ask you to come forward and say a few words on behalf of our celebrant today.
Thank you very much, Senator. You were going to get me into trouble with that introduction. Sitaram to Pandit Atma, Vyas for the evening. Pandit Brahmadev, always a pleasure to see you. And to Auntie Chandra, and especially our main guest today, Uncle Janamdin Badhai Hu. I hope that this year is the continuation of many more to come. And I say that with a particular thought in mind, something that Pandit Atma said, that, you know, a teacher never dies, they live on. Bear with me for a few minutes, because I honestly believe that death is simply a transition from one phase to the next. It is as the Supreme Being determines where he wants us to go and when he wants us to go. And something that Uncle, I call him Uncle, that Uncle will forever live on. I heard today, and it's funny, it may have been divine intervention, that I was looking at a documentary and heard a spiritual leader in India share some teachings that I think Uncle epitomizes. And what he said was, what we strive for as human beings is peace, is shant. We don't want to be distracted, we don't want to be upset, we don't want to be hither, thither. We want to be at peace, we want to be calm, so that our life is not in pieces. So that when you see people who are not in peace, very often their life is filled with confusion. It is a life in pieces. And he said, in finding peace, that I that stands vertically, that talks about the ego, lays horizontally and becomes a bridge between, from one person to the next. And I really think he epitomizes that. I have to say, my father, my late father, was born in 1929 as well, not too far away in La Fortune Woodland. So there is a connection there. And Pandit Janki Prasad Sharma from Debe was the Guruji of both my mother and my father. And I remember as a little girl going to his place and listening to him speak and having that special bond. And I know that you spent a lot of time with him as well. Very often we think that we are masters of our own destiny. And God reminds us very clearly that in fact we are not. Nothing that we do and nothing that we accomplish, nothing that we are, is without His grace. And you take a young man who grew up, who worked in his brother's Uncle Sunarayan, as I called him, his brother's law firm as a clerk, but had that need to do what? To become a magician, to become a musician, to go into the arts. in the days of his youth, those salad days of youth, can you imagine the uproar? I do not know, but I suspect that there must have been some trepidation in the family about what he was going to do. But how many lives have you touched, Uncle? We never know sometimes the little bit of joy, and we always hear the words, but he brings them to life. Service to God is service to man. How many lives has he touched? How many lives have you saved? How much laughter and smiles and love have you shared through that art? Whether it be as a teacher, as a magician, as a performer, that changed the course of history, and we don't even realize, because Bhagwan says it should be that way. And very often we think things happen per chance. And Baba, you were speaking about the good days and the bad days. And sometimes we go through bad things and we think, oh, we like to call the divine in those things. Oh God, what have I done? Why are you doing this to me? But there is always a purpose. And even though our karma, and you must have had some amazing karma, Uncle G, to have had the life that you have lived so far, to do the things that you have done. And I'm very honored and humbled to be standing here, and that's what you and Auntie Chandra and Baba, Master of Ceremonies, Senator, you realized. No matter how much Uncle may have been orchestrating and having things done the right way, the way he would like, Auntie Chandra was the one who cracked the whip and said, no, this is the way it has to be. And that is what a true couple is. It is not one half complementing the other half, no. It is two together to balance each other, to make the right way, because they create that balance. If you have two of the same, it doesn't work. A positive and a positive doesn't work, does it? Or a negative and a negative, the battery won't run. You have to have a positive and a negative. And so I think we misconceive this idea of two halves. It really is two separate, but that create balance and create connectivity. And I just wanted to mention that because I think even though it's your special day, Uncle, Auntie Chandra, I wanted to honor you in that special way today, because you've always been there, as far as I know, always smiling, always with a pleasant word. And so I don't want to take up a lot of time. I know that there are other speakers, certainly more knowledgeable about Uncle than I am, and perhaps with more to share with you than I have. But I did want to especially say, as I said before, Janam Din Badhai Ho, Uncle, you are iconic. And it doesn't matter what this physical world says. You will live forever. You have lived within the Paramatma. You are here now, and you will continue to be with him and in him because of the values and the ideals that you represent. We sometimes honor our icons and we put them up on pedestals and we deify them, and we forget sometimes that they are human. And let us not fall into the trap of having gods and then realizing they're gods with clay feet. But let us instead recognize and honor these human beings who have shown us what is possible, what life is supposed to be. You never stop learning. You always learn. Life is a learning experience, and I suspect through death we continue to learn. And Uncle has shown us in his lifetime what it is to strive to be and to continue to strive to be. And he gives us something to work towards. He sets an example for us of what we can achieve. I thank you very much for the opportunity, for making me part of today. Last year, we had the pleasure of honoring him with a San Fernando City Award at our City Day celebrations. I'm glad that we were able to do it. Should have been done a lot earlier, and I think significantly more should have been done and should be done and probably will be done. it was with great pride. I know in 2003 you received the Merit Medal Silver. I think you should get another one with a higher grade. But Senator, you have more pull than I. We'll work on that, yes? Baba, you have to say a little bit more mantras and ask for some divine intervention, but I guess all in his course. Thank you again. As I said, Janamdin Badhai Hu Uncle, I wish you all the very, very best. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. I say again, your worship, or representative of your worship, the mayor of the San Fernando. There are two nephews that I am told will bring greetings today, and I am now told that they are not yet here. So when they come in, we'll fit them into the program. But I turn now to one of the next speakers to bring greetings to Sir. And that is his Samdhi, Mr. Tenzing Ramlakan. So I'm being corrected again, so I think my count is about 4 now. So I will sit down and introduce Mr. Tenzing Ramlakan as a former director of the Ministry of Energy, but a volunteer worker teaching Hindi and being an executive at the BVS for many, many years. Many of you who have gone through BVS know him. So I'll pass it over now to Mr. Tenzing Ramlakan to say a few words.
Mr. MC, thank you very much. Chief Celebrant, Samdiji, respected and beloved Pandit Atma, Pandit Brahmdev, other Pandits, and so many special guests who are here to share in this occasion. For those of you who know me well, you know that I do not speak a whole lot. But one thing that I have learned in my 5 years now in this relationship is a little unusual because, and I'm sharing a little bit of your family business here, but I've learned from it. And that is that every so often, Samdiji would talk a little bit about himself or one of his achievements or something that he likes about what he would have done. And then someone, I've heard it said, that you shouldn't be showing off so. Don't talk about yourself so. And every time he would say, and I've heard this so many times, by a bit of osmosis, I have absorbed some of it after all these 5 years. Because he always says, well, if we don't talk about ourselves, who will? You know? So as evidence of the fact that I have absorbed some of it, Samdiji, last night, Subhash called me and said, well, what's up something about myself, so he could introduce me properly, he said. And normally I would have sent maybe one line. But thanks to you, I sent a nice little paragraph. I thank him for not going through all of it. But thanks to you, I was so elaborate. Samdiji, I have a little question for you. It's a rhetorical question because you share so many times, little riddles or puzzles or some information. You're always willing to share. So it's a rhetorical question, so no need for a reply. But can you give me 2 sentences, identical in every way, except that the word to and off are interchanged in those sentences? So, Samdiji, you are. Samdiji means Sambandhi, that is a joining. So in our case, in our culture, the relationship between the 2 fathers of 2 children who got married, they are samdhis to each other. And also, in terms of the mothers, they are samdhinji to each other. So this is why I am referring to him as Samdhiji. So, very simply, you are a gift of the world and you are a gift to the world. And as an expression, what can we say, what can we do, except to, through token appreciation is all that we can extend and express. I would ask if you can kindly stand, and if Samdhinji can join us here. Samdhinji is here. I know she was here. Okay, she'll be here momentarily. So, I will ask, well, I don't know if to say better half or half, to assist in this expression of appreciation and congratulations also. So we'll first present him with a beautiful bouquet of flowers, which he will then pass on to Samdhinji. Thank you. Raju? Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Not money, not yet.
Say money,
Money, yeah, money.
not money, money.
We got the money from Panditji. So this is Samdhiji. This is a birthday card on your 90th birthday. So you will have a look at it afterwards. But we also have for you a 100th birthday. Happy birthday. So open on your 100th birthday. Okay?
Just promise me you will be here.
Bhagwan ki kripa se. And finally, there are a couple of minor things here, but I brought 5 passion fruits to represent the passion with which he has lived his life. Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
So while we wait for Umang to settle down, we will ask a young 7-year-old Sanaya to bring greetings on behalf of the Balgubing family. Is Sanaya here? Sanaya, will you please come forward?
Sitaram, everyone. Uncle Abra, on behalf of the entire Balgobin family, I would like to say to you, Happy 90th birthday. May Lord Krishna continue to bless you now and always. I guess the secret to long life is magic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sanaya. And we will now move to one of the nephews. As I said, we bring 5 greetings. And we will now move to one of the nephews of Dr. Abracadabra, and that is Umang Manucha. Dr. Umang Manucha. 5 times I have now been corrected. So, and Umang, as I know him, is a pediatrician, specialist pediatrician at the Gulfview Medical Center. So I now invite Dr. Umang Manucha to come and bring some greetings to his uncle, his mamu. 6.
Namaste and good evening, everybody. Well, I'm honored to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion with my mamu, my dear mamu, who I've had the pleasure of knowing for most of my life, from 9 years of age when I came from India. And we all lived together at Farrell Street. It was a tremendous journey with Mamu, in the sense that he became a father figure to me. And there were many moments that we shared together in terms of humor, in terms of culture. In fact, he was the one who really involved us in music and culture and so on. And he was extremely proud of all of us, myself, my cousins, Sharda, Ravi, and so on. So he was the force behind us to move along the path of culture and religion. So, you know, it's really tremendous that I'm here to celebrate this 90th birthday of Mamu, and you know, we wish him so many more years. Maybe Mamu, I want you to set the record for the longest living magician in Trinidad and Tobago. Yeah, one. So, and there are very, very good memories that we have of Mamu taking us to classes, to music classes together, to television. Oh yes, Mamu. How can I forget? To taking us to Rikki Tikki. Remember Ravi? Take us to Rikki Tikki to introduce us to the newest instrument in the world called the xylophone. It was xylophone. Stylophone. That's an instrument about this big, maybe about 5 inches by 6 inches. And Ravi and I had to play the instrument together and then sing after. And I still remember the song, Teri Pyari Pyari Surat Ko. Unfortunately, the person that took the xylophone from stylophone from us, she untuned it. So Ravi and I played together, but we were out of tune. But anyway, it was very memorable. And you know, all the humor, and I was introduced to Mamu's sidekick. You know who's Mamu's sidekick? Pancho. Yeah. And so I'm blessed to be here and really feel a sense of great emotion to be with my Mamu on this occasion. And I seek his blessings and guidance all the time. That's my short speech, and we'll have somebody else take over. So I take my blessings.
Thank you very much, Dr. Umang. I know now that Ravi Shukla is here. Only through Umang. And so now I'll ask Ravi, who is the engineering controller at Tech, to come forward and bring greetings on this wonderful occasion to his Mamu. And for anybody who does not know who Mamu is, and I don't want to be corrected for the 7th time, not on this particular award, right? And that is his sister's brother, his mother's brother. So I corrected something. So I introduce you now to Mr. Ravi Shukla to come forward and say a few words.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies. The more you listen, the less you hear. And the less you hear, it's probably because you have wax in your ear. Does that sound familiar? We learned this from Mamu many years ago. The more you look, the less you see. The less you see, the better for me. Corollary is the less you look, the more you see. The more you see, the worse for me, actually. It was about 15 years ago, I think we stood somewhere here. Well, probably not this style, that one. And I think we are experiencing the 4th dimension of time. Is Visham here? No, okay. Well, the GPS location might be the same, and the 3rd and the 4th dimension is time. So 15 years ago, we had a ceremony or a celebration similar to this. And today here we are again celebrating Mamu's 90th achievement. I'd like you all to give him a round of applause for that. Perfect health, perfect faculties, and as magnificent as ever. So Mamu has, actually Yam took about half, that is Dr. Minocha, took about half of my speech. And I expect to finish just before curfew. And it's the redacted form because I wouldn't rehash what we said in 2000, well, say 15 years ago. But in the beginning, when we got to know Mamu, we know him as Moon Mamu. Question is, why Moon? And well, Mom explained to me Moon. Mamu was always fascinated by moon, the moon. So he is Moon Mamu. And I think at the last time I explained, Chand se preet lagayo panchi babara. And so it was, we have, sing it? Okay, I'll bring the harmonium, we'll sing it. Yeah. In fact, we'll ask Mamu to do that himself. Chand se preet lagayo panchi babara. So Mamu was always fascinated by the moon, and I think the moon actually contributed to his magical tune. By the way, please forgive me, I forgot to acknowledge the specially invited guests, the honorable, all honorable people, and is Mr. Bobby here? Mr. Bobby, recap. Yeah. I was really looking forward to meeting him. And what about Seuri? She's not present today. No, not today. Okay, all right. That'll be Seuri. We'll ask Vijay to find her later. Yeah. Okay, so moon. And Mamu always had this fascination with moon. So when another Mamu, who is now in the great beyond, Paria Mamu, he brought 2 TVs from America, Zenith TV. So we ran into some problems, you see. And Mamu wrote a very eloquent letter to Zenith. And I think their phrase was, quality goes in before the name goes on. Now Zenith did reply. It took a few weeks though, and they replied. Of course, the manufacturers never accept defects, you know. But I was surprised to see, well, not surprised, actually, quite astonished that they gave him a new name. His name was Mr. Devray Lunarair. Instead of Devraj Sunarayan, was Devray Lunarair. Then I thought again, perhaps it's fitting because Luna is the moon. So they seem to have known, you know, Lunarair, Luna. Yes, and as Yam said, Mamu did in fact, I mean, he's an excellent communicator. In fact, observing him on stage, you never, no one, there's no attention lapse. He has the audience captured at all moments, and even when things go out of hand, he can rope it in and bring it in. So we did learn a lot from him just by observing in terms of his presentation skills and in terms of his communication skills. Excellent, par excellence. So I'd like to congratulate Mamu for that as well. Round of applause. As I said, he introduced us to the stage. Yam said it right. And what was the song? Teri pyari pyari surat ko kisi ki nazar na lage. So in fact, they did put some nazar on najar, as you say, on the stylophone, because they put it out of tune. So moving along, I think Mamu told us the secret to life really is happiness. Happiness and having a very positive purpose. And I think that goes to the core of his many years of existence on earth. And really we'd like him to make the century and beyond in the family. So he told me, well, depends if you have a guarantee. There's no guarantee to the century. I said, but there's the warranty. And the warranty is based on the positive outlook at life and the happiness that he so elegantly pursues. His magic is really, you look at a number of people even abroad, and they are very clinical in terms of the apparatus and the very, very fantastic illusions. But there's a quality in Mamu that's different. With simple apparatus or even less sophisticated, he can entertain. The entertainment value is much higher. I don't think magicians in Trinidad could outdo him, except perhaps the politicians, because they have a way of making millions disappear and we don't know where they go. What I could say though is, Mamu told me this recently, his student, Mr. Ramlakhan, Subhash here, who is the Ram Kilawan, my apologies, sir. Tense, sir. It's just a tense moment. There's a little tension. Ram Kilawan and Ram Lakhan, you know. Oh, he's subtracted from his mistakes. Well, we are on a mistaken path today. Anyhow, Mr. Ram Kilawan, actually Mamu told me he was one of his students. So I said, boy, he really learned well. Mamu had this, or still has this trick. He would take a bare piece of paper and turn it into $1 and then $5 and so on and so forth. I think 50 at one time. Well, 50 has come back, right, yeah. So he did that, and we know Boaz, every Monday morning you read about investment advice and so on from Boaz. So I think he learned that skill well to invest, you know. So Mamu, the magic man, yeah. So we really like to wish Mamu all the best. It's a really wonderful function here today. Thank you all. I mean, on behalf of our host here for really attending. This doesn't mean to say you have to leave now. It's just begun. And we really like to wish Mamu all the best. And we really look forward in a short while to hear him sing it with Mom. At least we talked about stage. We also, there's a music aspect Mom and Mamu, they go real back. They always sang in duets and so on, and we learned from them. Mamu introduced me to the harmonium. He got some really good class harmoniums. It was Ratiram. He got from an Indian High Commissioner's wife. Was that the story about where the diplomat was thanking everybody from his heart and from the bottom of his heart and his wife's? Is it that one? Yeah. So yes, the Ratiram harmonium with German Jubilee reeds, and then we have the other one that he got from Raj Krishna. That was the Brahmachari, who's Swami today, huh? And Swami Purnanand, yes. Well, without further ado, please join me in wishing Mamu all the best for now and for the bright future ahead for him and his 2 sons and the grandchild and daughter-in-law. Thank you so much, Mamu. And Chan. Bar. Oh, now we'll do. I thought when you sing, we'll do it after. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, I've been advised that on your table there are some fruits. They are not decorative. You can have them to eat at any point in time, and please do. So, is Dr. Vinay Minocha here? Vinay Minocha here? Vinay is supposed to do a violin solo for us. So while he's preparing, okay. So while they are preparing, let me just say a little bit about Dr. Vinay. He is a consultant in oncology. Is it at the San Fernando Hospital? At the San Fernando General Hospital. So a lot of brain power, a lot of talent, a lot of academia, and a lot of medical practitioners more than anybody else. I think Ravi is outnumbered. Yeah, maybe 4-1, 3-1 or so. Yes, so just a little bit more about Dr. Abracadabra. At the age of 16, he did his first, or his solo performance, may I say, at the Hummingbird Cinema. I'm looking at Lale because I think he may correct me. When he was 16, at the tender age of 16, and sometime shortly thereafter, he got his first paycheck by being a magician for the princely sum of $4 on that occasion. Is that correct? $4? Okay. But you could have bought a lot of things at $4 in way back 1947, you know. Yeah. What car you bought with it? A Zabuka? So I now turn you over to the 2 doctors while they are still setting up. What else can I say about... there's quite a lot that I can say. Yes. Dr. Srinarayan. Well, I did say there were a number of doctors and they outnumber the engineers at the front of the table. I think we have Tenzing, who is an engineer. So 1, 2, I think it's 2-1 at the very best. So in 1957, he became a teacher, I was saying, and somebody corrected me and said it was 1958. And he went on over time to become a principal. I believe it was at the Happy Hill Hindu School for several years. But these are only facts. I can tell you some other facts that are, shall we say, more endearing. He met his dear wife in Woodland, and I will ask him to sing Sausal Pahele when you have a chance in a little while. Maybe a verse. So he met his dear wife there, and they produced 2 wonderful sons. And one of them is Vimal, and Vimal is here. He is also a practicing magician. He's a commissioner of affidavits, and he has helped me quite a lot, I must say, in my attempts to resolve statutory declarations and so on. That's beside the point. And of course, his other son. What's the name of your other son? Visham. We think his name is Visham. Visham is living in the US and he could not make it this time around, I believe. He may turn up at any point in time. But he is now the father of a wonderful young child, Rudra Devraj Sirnarayan. This is the first grandchild of Sir. And let me just mention, it's a bit important, that is Samdi what? Sambandi. Right. We always say Samdi, but I've been, yes. So, Tenzing also, this is his first grandchild. His daughter is married, Chaya is married to Visham. And so they are both celebrating at this point in time. And this child, Rudra, is just 1 month old. So I think you see some closeness on what's happening around here at this point in time. I tend to believe that Dr. Vinay is now ready to provide us with some violin music. So over to you, Dr. Vinay.
Stacy Taram, I have to say it's an honor to be here today. I'll be playing one of we call Moon Mamu, favorite bhajans, Vaishnava Bhajan. So please enjoy.
But I think it is a time now for us to really go to the man of the moment, the man of the last 90 years, and that is magician Dr. Abracadabra. I had keenly asked him to do a few magical tricks. Maybe if he could make one of my dollars turn into a 50, I would very much appreciate that. Or even 5 of my $1 into $5 $50, I would even appreciate that a lot more. But he has refused. That is, yeah, by far, by far. So he has refused, but he has accepted our request to sing. So we'll see a little bit more about the musician that is Sir today. And he will sing a medley of songs together with his dear sister, Prabhavati, Srimati Prabhavati Maharaj, in due course. But before you do that, sir, we, the students of Woodland Hindu School, of which there are many here today, we ask that you sing that bhajan in Sanskrit, of which we don't understand anything, and even if it was translated in Hindi, we would not understand that much in any event. But we'd like it to remind us so far back when you taught every single student who came under your watch at the Woodland Hindu School, the famous Sanskrit bhajan, Hare Murari. So are you ready, sir? I know that you are always ready.
Hare Murari Madhu Kaitabahare Gopala Govinda Mukunda Sare Pralaya Payodhijale Dhritabana Sibedam Vihita Bahetra Charitramakidam
Dhritamena Sharira Jai Jagadisha
Chalyasi Vikramani Valimadabhuta Vamana Padanakanira Jaya Pavana Keshavadhita Vamana Rupa Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Pitarasi Dikshurane Dikpati Kamaniyam Dasam Kamauli Valim Ramaniyam Keshavadhita Rama Sharira Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Mlechani Bharinane Kalyasi Kadabalam Mlechani Bharinane Kalyasi Kadabalam Bhumakitu Viviki Vipi Karalam Keshavadita Kalki Sharira Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Keshavadita Kalki Sharira Jai Jagadish Hare Jai Jagadish Hare Keshavadita कल की शरीर जय जगदीश हरे बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय
And you realize why that particular bhajan brings back so many fond memories for us as youngsters at the Woodland Hindu School. So, sir, Sau Saal Pehle. Not yet. You will sing it. Because that is when you met Chandra and that was the song you sang for her, not so? No? Okay, well, you pick some of your favorites and do our medley for us.
Well, let me do the formal address first. Revered Pandit Atma Maharaji, members of your musical entourage, my dear friends, dear relatives, ladies and gentlemen, I extend a very cordial and warm welcome to everyone for gracing us with your esteemed and honored presence. Words really are inadequate to express my joy and happiness. As you collectively join with me in celebrating 10 years of my life upon this earth. In my own very little way, I earnestly tried to bring love, respect, and honesty to hundreds of pupils in my teaching career and also in the field of entertainment in magic and ventriloquism. With struggle and determination, I did my best to serve humanity. At times, when I felt I was losing the battle, I said at times when I thought I was losing the battle, in a precarious positions, I told myself, Dave, use your trump card. Not Donald's, huh? I use my own trump card. I have it right here in my pocket. This trump card did lots of magic for me. In the back of this card is written, if a man loves a girl, that's his business. If the girl loves a man, that's her business. If they get married, that is their business. Look on the other side, this is my business. You should be laughing by now. Maybe you didn't understand what I said. So I'll say it in Hindi. अगर एक आदमी एक छोकरी के साथ प्रेम करती है तो उसका कारोबार है. And so on, I'll tell you later on. Continuing. When I use this and I give it to somebody and they read it, their very serious faces melt with a smile quickly, changing into laughter. The ice is broken. As the deputy mayor will tell me, Ms. Vidya Mangal, we say, sir, she remembers these things and the job is done. And my mission was accomplished just by this card. Simple card. I don't have to say I am me and I am he and I am that. The first Prime Minister of India, who was my brother, was his secretary. Pandit Srinaran was the secretary of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Pandit Nehru said, birthdays are unpleasant reminders of advancing age. But for me, it is a golden opportunity to praise God for his benevolent mercy and blessings as I continue to enjoy my full mental capacity, unlike many of the non-compos mentis region or the group, those who cannot appreciate or get into that age where they haven't got the mental capacity. I fervently pray that God, in his infinite wisdom and mercy, showers upon all of us that sanctimonious guarantee for all of us to meet again, hopefully, for my century, but not in absentia. The phone rings. My wife Chandra answers. The caller, can I speak to the boss? Chandra composes herself in a very assertively and authoritatively manner and says, speaking. On Sunday morning, the phone rings again. I answered. Is that the commissioner of affidavits? I said, yes. He said, is that the Father or the Son? I said, it is the Holy Ghost. Today, I want to publicly and sincerely thank Chandra the boss for her dedication to me and to the efficiency in her detailed organization of this celebration, which was done in great secrecy. Suspectingly, I became curious and inquired of her, what is this going on? She said, can you keep a secret? I said, yes. He said, so can I. She made today's event possible for me so I can meet and greet you in the presence of the noble and august assembly. Yours, this assembly, in your presence, I tell you, Chandra, that I am forever grateful to you and pledge my perpetual love to you. For you are always in my heart, even though you are sometimes far apart. I can hear the music of the song of love I sang to you. You are always in my heart. Somebody sang, thank you. A lady told the fella, he said, I'll give you my heart. He said, me and you heart? He said, no, and you have a pacemaker in your heart? Ladies and gentlemen, for the time being, we'll do the medley now. Okay, I need some music too. Now this was specially requested, and I'm just going to do it with your kind permission. Now those who don't understand, you are no stranger to it because I myself do understand. These are some old songs, and I would like you to know, because अखियाँ मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना ओ अखियाँ मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना ओ चले नहीं जाना जाओगे जाने ना दूंगी मैं रास्ता रोक दूंगी जाओगे जाने ना दूंगी मैं रास्ता रोक दूंगी आई सैया के पैया पर जाओ रुके कहूंगी अखियाँ मिला ते जिया हो चले मेरा सुंदर सपना भी गया मेरा सुंदर सपना भी गया my lovely dream has passed away मेरा सुंदर सपना भी गया क्यों काली बदरिया छाई है क्यों गली गली मुस्काई है प्रेम कहानी खत्म हुई मेरा जीवन का संगीत गया मेरा सुंदर सपना भी गया 100 साल पहले मुझे तुमसे प्यार था 100 साल पहले मुझे तुमसे प्यार था आज भी है और कल भी रहेगा तुम रूठा न करो मेरे में जान निकल जाती है तुम हंसती चमक जाती है तेरे जीते जी ओ दिल पर तेरा तलकदार था तेरा इंतजार था आज भी है और कल चुड़िया मेरी अनमोल रे ले ले चुड़िया ले ले चुड़िया मेरी आन मिलायन मोल ये चुड़िया ले लो ये आन मिलायन मोल तबला चुड़िया ले लो ये आन मिलायन मोल ये चुड़िया ले लो मोल ये आन मिलायन मोल ये चुड़िया ले लो मोल चुड़िया मेरी अनमोल मगनदार जो बनवार मगनदार जो बनवार you will help me मगनदार जो बनवार मगनदार जो बनवार चुड़िया मेरी अनमोल रे ले ले चुड़िया ले ले चुड़िया bésame mucho como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame mucho, que tengo miedo perderte después. No te hablan this one. Mira que tal vez mañana oiré muy lejos después, como si fuera esta noche la última vez. Bésame mucho. Each time I cling to your kiss, I hear music divine. Bésame mucho. Love me forever and say that you'll always be mine. Don't forget. मेरी बीना रो रही है सारी दुनिया सो गई है सुख बगिया सुनी भई है कहाँ हो पिया तेरी बीना रो रही है सारी दुनिया सो गई है सुख बगिया सुनी भई है कहाँ हो पिया मेरी Sierra, whatever will be, the future not us to see. Hey, Sierra, hey, Sierra, whatever will be, the future not us to see. Hey, Sierra. When I was little, I asked my mother, what will I be? When I was little, I asked my mother, what will I be? Would I be pretty? Would I be ugly? She said, you'll be pretty ugly. Yeah. Anybody wants a copy of this song? You check Pandit Atma Maharaj. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for the opportunity. Today I feel very happy that you are here with me. And I want you to enjoy this evening. It's a beautiful evening. I really want to thank Panditji for the musical entourage and everybody. And later on, we may say a few other things. So I want to thank you again. Something has happened again? Well, I want to also to thank my sister, Dr. Bhagwati Sunarayan, because when she was the anesthetist at the hospital, and she was reviving these people, some people doing all kind of things in their unconscious state. One fella cussing, and you saw and the mother didn't sew the clothes. And the next fella singing, hey, Anadana Maharani. She had a wonderful time. Let's give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.
So this is the measure of the man that we are celebrating today. You have seen many facets of him. But one thing he said that struck me was that when they ask who is the boss, he knows exactly who the boss is. So we've come to that time where I think it's time for us to take a break, to have refreshments, to get together and chat. But before we do that, we want to call the real boss. And the real boss, can the real boss come forward, please? Oh, there she is. Chandra, we ask you to say a few words.
I understand you're boss security, right? Okay, go hand in hand. Anyway, I didn't make a speech. I didn't prepare any speech or anything. I just want to tell you one thing. I am really, really happy, and it took a lot of work to do this. And I've been doing this for maybe 10, 12 times for him, this kind of grand celebration. When I say grand, in my way, this is grand for me because a lot of work. And somebody said we want to celebrate his 100th birthday, but no, I can't. We'll have to come by one of your house. I can't do it anymore because he don't remember my birthday. We took him out to a restaurant for my birthday. My son Vimal said, Mom, let's go Pizza Hut, let's go. We went there, flowers came, everything, and he still didn't know it was my birthday. Imagine we in the restaurant and we eating pizza, and he said everybody, and I said, what is happening? He said, I said, it's a little child who just spoke here. She said, it's his birthday. He said, oh. Then my sister said, Teach, you don't know it's her birthday? He said, wait now. And then he remembered. So you expect me to do another birthday like this for him? Anyway, I like to celebrate life. I don't believe in celebrating when people are dead. And Vidya, you'll bear with me. I hate when people die. You will see a line from here to San Fernando. Pandiji, I hope you don't accept that in your funeral service. From here to San Fernando, a line with flowers and arti. What is the use? Do it now. Do it now. And if anybody wants to give me flowers, give me now. You want to give me the flowers? Give me now. Yes, I remember for Madam Maraj's funeral, the Pandit out the diya, sorry for taking your time, out the arti, put it away. But the people light it again and going on, and the people want to leave, you have a certain time. I don't understand why people, and Pinjari, Ke Panchi, they will sing in funeral. We have to enlighten a lot of people about this kind of singing. Anyway, I didn't come here to say any lecture. I just say happy birthday. His birthday was on the 15th. But my nephew, my nieces, all my relatives. And I want to identify them. Hey, they disappear, look. They're fixing the food. I just wanted to say Sintra is there. And my right-hand lady, my right-hand thing, Miss Polly, she's here with me for 3 years. She's there, really genuine helper. Dulcie Aruna, that's one sister there. A friend, Sudhi, came with her daughter. They helped me out. It's a lot of work. And we can't do this every day. And the rest of sisters inside, Sheila, Drupati, Aruna, one in New York, she couldn't come, but do so and do so and do so. And Hamakurma weekend and so on. So she's helping. And I really, really want to thank them again. Drupati, I call your name, you didn't hear? I want you to come back to help me decorate. But that is really what I wanted to say. Thanks to all my relatives who helped me. Sati, thank you for the cake. And thank everyone for coming. I know somebody else will still talk, but I'll hand it over to the real boss of Boss Securities.
Okay, thank you all very much. And as the real boss, we are going to close today's ceremonies. I apologize to anyone who, if they wanted to say anything, did not have the opportunity. But please come and say so one-on-one to Dr. Abracadabra, to Sir, to Devraj Sinarain. So we close now with the arati, and I hand you back to Pandit Atma and his group. Pandit?
Just because of protocol, we have to observe. So we'll ask Pandit Brahmadev to do few blessings, and then we do Arati. Pandit Brahmadev is one of the luminaries in our country, and some people spend their whole life trying to be a Pandit. If you read the Gita, it describes the qualities of who is that person. And Pandit Brahmadev is one of those persons who really gave of himself. All those who are connected with him, even us younger Pandits, we look up to him in awe. So he's directly connected here, and we will really be doing ourselves a disfavor if we do not ask Panditji to do the closing remarks and blessings, and then Arati.
Brother Devraj is how I call him. And, well, we have known each other for quite some time now. And hopefully we will continue the relationship for many more years to come. But whose birthday are we celebrating today? Because this gentleman here is not the same person that came on earth some 90 years ago, you know. He's not the same gentleman. So whose birthday are we really celebrating? It will be wise if, on getting up in the morning, we think of it as the dawn of a new life, which will close when we go to bed. And, of course, your stay in bed will depend, if you have any conscience, on what transpired during the day. You will see on a tombstone, R.I.P. The idea being, may you rest in peace now. But we should not expect to enjoy any more peace in the afterlife without having any peace here and now. We really can't move closer to God in the afterlife. We have to make the movement now. In the afterlife, people may intercede on our behalf. And it's good to do that. But we should not think it is only on the behalf of the departed. It is also on the part of the person doing it, because it expresses gratitude. And God knows what an ungrateful lot we are. At a session at Hill House, I pointed out to this young man in the group he has just joined. Hill House is where we hopefully heal some people. It is a drug addict rehabilitation center. HEAL stands for Helping Every Addict Live. I have been associated with it for some 26 years. I'm getting long service award. Yes. And when I told him, boy, you have any idea of the pain, the restriction that a mother goes through to provide you with this body? And you turn around and choose to destroy this body? Well, I must have struck a good point in his heart. He cried. We are a very ungrateful lot. After being created of the nature, image, and likeness of God, what do we do when the day comes? Do we project that image? You know, dogs and cats do better in that respect, you know. You ever see a pup going meow? No. You ever hear a cat yelping? No. It is we as human beings who do it. The good Lord must have intended for us to be the cream of creation. But by and large, we have proven not to be. This is why the world at large today is becoming worse and worse. So, Brother Dheeraj, what can I say? We will be going down the road for a long time yet. You'll have to put up with me. So let us pray that Brother Dheeraj will be with us for many more years to come. But you know, he's very skillful. You know how many hearts he has touched by fooling them? Well, what is magic? And sometimes people, you know, I'm the brother-in-law of Abracadabra. Yes. You have to be really good to do that, You have to be really good. But unfortunately, not only does the magician do that, politicians have a way of doing it too. Brother Dheeraj, all of us.
Uncle, hold the arati and Chandra and the siblings. Everybody, only one verse, Vishaya vikar mitavo paap haro deva Swami paap haro deva Shraddha bhakti बढ़ाओ Shraddha bhakti बढ़ाओ संतन की सेवा Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Everyone, Jai Jagadish Hare. Swami Jai Jagadish Hare. भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट चरणे दूर करी ओम जय जगदीश हरि. Traveling mercies, a peaceful evening as we share in the hospitality and the meals provided. Blessings to all. Chant with me. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Sitaram. Kindly be seated. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Come on. बार बार दिल ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए, बार बार दिल ये आए, बार बार दिल ये गाए. तुझे हजारों साल ये मेरी है आरज़ू.
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Mamu.
Happy birthday to you.
Birthday,
Happy birthday to you. Krishna bless you. May Lord Krishna bless you.
Excellent. Sisters and brothers, please be aware that, with what's happening in the country and so, because of the location as well, geographically, after you have your sweets and bhojan and so, please be safe. Text somebody, you reach home, let's be a network of people. So please do enjoy the hospitality, and we'll have this singing going on. We have a lot of singers and musicians, so they will sing and do some music while we enjoy the rest of the evening. Sitaram, thank you.
बधाई हमारी हजारों बरस की उम्र हो तुम्हारी जन्मदिन की बधाई हमारी खिले फूल तेरी उम्मीदों के प्याले सजाए बहारे करे रोशनी हमें जानता रे करे रोशनी हमें जानता रे न रह जाए कोई तमन्ना तुम्हारी तुम्हें जन्मदिन की बधाई हमारी तुम्हें जन्मदिन की बधाई हमारी हजारों बरस की उम्र हो तुम्हारी तुम्हें जन्मदिन की बधाई हमारी तुम्हें जन्मदिन की बधाई हमारी समधी तुम्हें जन्मदिन की बधाई हमारी समधी
Very nice song from Samdhi. And Samdhin. This is a beautiful song by Guruji. And of course, we reflect on those lovely words. Have a good one, everybody. We have some soft music also. Prasad and Bhojan is prepared for everyone.